What are some skinny people problems? People can knock you over easily. My personal favorite: you can't be diabetic, you're skinny. Oh, thanks random man at the gas pumps. I'll let my pancreas know immediately. Edit: I used to wear a visible constant glucose monitor, which is recognizable to other diabetics, especially those that were recently diagnosed. I get questions that I'm usually happy to answer, but sometimes people are rude. Hopefully that answers like 60% of the questions I'm getting. I'm short and I used to be skinny. Even then my thighs touched and I had hips. Windy days were a challenge, but I learned how to walk curled in towards myself to keep from becoming a human kite. Now I'm fat, life and assorted health woes. My thighs still touch, but I don't worry about blowing away in the wind anymore. I don't know if anyone said this yet, but when I was growing up people were always either taking my food or making comments. I eat more than you, you're so skinny. You eat like a bird. I had a lot of dietary issues and people's parents were always getting offended over it and making me feel bad. My cousins/friends always took my food, lol. At my last job I was so stressed that I went from thin to gaunt and I had a desk job. Everyone said how nice it must be, and though I hardly ate, it hurt too. They'd make comments about my food or the amount I ate when I did, or said I need to eat more. Just weird jealousy when I constantly didn't feel good, and TBH it didn't look good either. People are just obsessed with thin. After some medication for my ulcer I'm thick now, was also able to gain weight again when I quit the job. Always freezing. You feel the cold, hard. A little body fat can be a good insulator. People automatically assume you're weak and helpless, no matter how much time you spend at the gym and how fit you get. You'll still get picked on. Bony hips will bruise your partner 100%. Have to stay tough and ground when strong wind is running so that people don't think I am weak. Getting cold much more easily, no insulation. Having to run around in the shower to get wet, lol. This is a weird one, but growing up skinny made me really self-conscious of mine, and other people's medial epicondyle, the bone next to your elbow that points towards your ribs, sticking out. And now when I see people's elbows I can't help but see how much theirs is sticking out and hoping mine sticks out less. Taking a bath is uncomfortable. It's just bone on porcelain. My babies wouldn't snuggle into me, all those bones, no boobies. But they loved my mum. Lots of padding. We still laugh about it. Wrists. Many times people laugh at how skinny they are and it's not a very pleasant experience. Being ugly. I had a guy tell me I was drag queen skinny. That was when I was 18. I'm 44, still hurts. When I try to sleep sideways, my kneecaps hurt. I started to put pillow between my legs. Needing to make more holes in belts. It's a pain in the ass to do it. Finding a bra that fits. It's generally assumed that thin/smaller people have zero chest. Likewise that all larger people have huge chests. For the life of me, finding a 28 or even 30-inch band for a 36-inch chest. Can't believe no one has mentioned this, but always being/feeling cold. Oh my god. Did you even eat today? Yes, love, I did eat a shit ton of food, even in a desperate attempt to grow some fat. Everybody calls you anorexic although they're just fat and you're actually normal. Dealing with snarky remarks about how we must be hungry or I'd rather eat and be happy type comments. I do eat and I'm not hungry, pouting face. I hate how it's acceptable to skinny shame. I'd never say something to point out someone's weight. Just rude and uncomfortable. It being socially acceptable for other people to tell you you're skinny and that you don't eat. Is this some sort of skinny people joke that I'm too fat to understand? Some skinny people problems come when you get older. Life happens, you end up not doing as much exercise and or sports as you used to, your metabolism changes, and you end up gaining 45 pounds that doesn't melt off like it used to. People telling you that you're too skinny and you should fatten up. My BMI is 21, you're all overweight. Gaining some weight. Still get all of the negative thoughts and feelings about yourself, clothes don't fit anymore. Except you're still skinny, and if you mention gaining weight to anyone they get offended and say you're not even fat. Why are you complaining? Or just shut up. Cold. Even when I don't inhale deeply, every pair of my ribs is visible. Also, my collarbones stand out. Sitting on hard surfaces or the floor hurts. 1. Struggling to put on muscle since I get full so fast and have to force feed myself enough calories. 2. Having non-skinny people tell you you're lucky every single day and having your non-weight related struggles and issues marginalized, all because you're skinny. 3. Getting cold extremely easily and having to always carry a hoodie or jacket even in the summer just in case they have AC blasting indoors. 4. This is specific to Middle Eastern culture, a man who is skinny is basically useless, not a man enough, and basically isn't taken seriously by women. Too lazy to think of more. However, I'm elated someone finally asked this question. 1. And 2. Cannot get more annoying when putting on weight is so much more painful than weight cutting. I haven't seen this one posted so I'll add it, but the way t-shirts fits. I'm 6 feet, 1.8 meters, but only about 120 pounds, 54 kilos. When buying shirts I either have to choose something that fits lengthwise but is super baggy, or something that fits my form but is way too short lengthwise. To make matters worse, the baggy clothing makes you look even thinner, and in the summer when more of your arms and legs are exposed you feel incredibly stupid. The day I gain enough weight to feel comfortable in my clothes and happy with my self-image I could die a happy man. Gaining 5 pounds is much more noticeable when there's not much there to begin with. Clothes brands never really have a size that fits us well, everything is just baggy on us. 5. Looking all okay in clothes but looking like Roger from American Dad without them. 6. Having no idea how to get rid of that belly middle waist fat without your other skinny body parts disappearing into oblivion. People think it's okay to grab you all the time, usually to measure your wrists or arms with their hands. Drives me insane. You need to eat more, upside down face. Thanks for the thread. People who never worked out a day in their life think they are stronger than you because they have thicker arms, when it's just fat and meat. It's really obnoxious how people judge your lack of fitness when they make the same effort you do. If you're skinny, hit the weights. It shuts people up. Finding pants that fit. They're either too wide or too short. Family members constantly telling me to eat more while we are eating. I just had a full serving and I'm full. Trust me, if I could just eat and gain weight I'd do it in a heartbeat. 7. Numb legs if you sit on the toilet seat for more than 10 minutes. Got to admit, the temporary paralysis and white-knuckling sink till blood is back in your legs makes me giggle a bit. When overweight people say you're so damn skinny WTF and are always making skinny comments and body shaming you for being thin, yet you never comment about their weight cause you're afraid to make them feel bad about their body cause you already feel bad about yours. Just imagine saying to someone overweight, gross, you're so fat. You should really eat less. Having to walk on eggshells around bigger people. For me, that meant never talking about or complaining about issues with my weight. Not knowing how to respond when people would say, no fair, you're so skinny. Feeling awkward and uncomfortable when my bigger friends or family members asked, do you think I'm fat? Or does this make me look fat? I know this is not good, but I found myself having to lie. I don't like hurting people's feelings. But when it came to me, people did not hesitate to point out all my bony features. I understand that it's probably a little harder for people on the bigger side, but we need to be fair to people of all shapes and sizes. Your family making comments about the way you look. I already feel like shit about the way I look. I don't need to be reminded. Why is it inappropriate for me to say, hey grandma, you're looking rather overweight these days? But since it's the other way, people are fine with putting me down for my appearance. seizures, encephalopathy, osteoporosis, amenorrhea, cardiac death.
With